Hey y'all. I'm back. I'm back. I'm back. I'm back. I'm back. Just for a second. Just for a second. I had to do this story time. YouTube, I want no smoke. I bring my own with this little story time, this little reading. I'm gonna bring my smoke. I seen y'all giving out the smoke signals, y'all. Everybody doing smoke signals. I see y'all. I get it. Thanks, y'all. Thank y'all for hanging out with me and sharing your most valuable asset, which is your time. I am grateful, thankful, and truly humble. Thanks, y'all. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share, hit that notification bell if you can. Leave a comment, no pressure though. All my love bugs, get some footies from at the front door. Get your smoke, your drink, whatever it is to help you focus and think. Anything you need to know will be in the description box below. And if it does not fit, you must have quit. Let that go. Come on, y'all, in. Come on in real quick because I just got a quick little story time. Uh, I know I've been MIA on purpose. You know I'm doing my thing. That's me when I was a baby, y'all. I've been in here. I ain't did nothing. My office is a mess because I've been on missions. 111's on the clock, y'all. I channeled through music, giving him something he could feel. Just went off by In Vogue was on. Um, Music. I'm scratch screaming out some numbers 1 2 2 2 1 2 3. I just saw uh numbers, anything, any sounds and symbols that go on around me, include my clothes, which y'all see I'm all hoodied up today because I'm just coming back off of my walk. And I want to tell y'all about what's been going on, just a little bit about this, because this is just like so significant. 144 was on the clock. Shout out to y'all. The 144 is out there. Whew. um yeah, we got for everything. Okay. Anyway, I don't know if I'm gonna throw some cards. I'm just gonna come back just for a quick sec because I don't know what's going on. I know what's going on, but I need to tell y'all this. And I'm all covered up today because I wasn't ready. I was not ready, and I ain't finna come out here and let y'all see what really is going on with me at this very moment in time. So, hey, if it's this look ain't rocking for you, then it is what it is. I don't know what to tell you, Shotty. Anyway, I've been uh I just need to tell this part of what's going on. So a couple of days ago, I think the full moon day, what 2:45, the full moon day, I believe, yeah, well, yeah, I think it was. I was out. I don't know if because it was a really nice day. I was out doing my walk. I usually walk, y'all, anywhere from a mile to about 4 miles a day, depending on what it is. I do like the Forrest Gump type of thing. Um, I get to a certain point, and if I feel like keep on going, I'll keep going, and then I gotta walk all the way back. So, that's how it comes up to a mile or two or three or what 333. I've been seeing all triple numbers all the time. 333. I woke up at. So y'all, all the numbers, one, two, threes, fours, fives, all of them. I haven't really seen six, seven, and I've been seeing a lot of sevens. Um, yeah, six, sevens, a lot. Anyway, you are my lady is on in the front now. So somebody said he says you all I'm living for. So somebody claiming you, Shuddy. I don't know. I ain't there yet. I can't tell y'all nothing about none of that. I'm just gonna tell y'all these last couple of days. So today is the 17th, Monday, 423. It's 234. Anyway, so it's a mess in here. I ain't did nothing. I ain't did nothing. Nothing. When I say nothing, I mean nothing. Let me see. 444. Anyway, so I go and I do my walk. I go get to this halfway point, see if I want to come home. I say keep going, so I keep going. And the first point I got to, I was no, okay. It was that 312. Shout out to Chi Town. There was a 312 day a couple of days after that. Whatever. Anyway, I was I go to this one little park and they do a lot of drone flying over there. It's a drone park. I don't live in an emotional roller coaster. It's on Vivian Green. Like, hey, shout out to the green people today. St. Patrick's Day it is today. So hey, shout out to y'all. And y'all, I know a lot of y'all wearing green today. 551. Anyway, so I go to that one part and they usually do drums over there. A lot of people walk the dogs and all of that. And it was this man over there. He was the one golfing. So he was, I guess, practicing his swing, golf swing. So I'm like, okay. And I'm sitting there watching because I'm like, Poppy likes golfing. That's all I'm gonna say about that. I don't want to talk about Poppy. I won't talk about Poppy right now. Hey, Poppy. Anyway, so he so I go talk to him. I can't. It was about Poppy though, but I ain't finna talk about that. So I said a couple words to the. He was an older gentleman, and he kicked it off. My wife, my wife. I'm like, sir, you ain't got to worry about it. Come over here to flirt with you. I just want to ask a couple questions about golf. Because, I've never seen anyone. I did have seen the golf balls in the grass over here. So now I see what it is. Because, like I said, it's usually where they fly the drones instead of golf. But now I see, some people come over and stop over to hit a couple of balls. Okay, it's enough space, so that's what they do. Anyway, so I kept walking, and I go to another spot, but before I get there, there's this gas station, and I had a couple of minutes because I was not. I was fasting, but I don't talk about my fasting and what all my little things that I do, my peace rituals. Okay, I don't talk about how I do whatever I do. It's just what I do. You get to see a candle. I mean, incense. That's what you get to see. Hey, smoke signals. That's it. Yeah, I've been seeing everybody with y'all smoke signals. That's what's up. Anyway, 818 was my Nikki number. I saw it. 822. Anyway, so I go to stop at the gas station, and while I'm talking, I'm talking myself into going to the gas station, and I'm saying I want some chocolate. And I know that they had the candy bars. They had a Reese cup and a Hershey's with almonds, which was used to be my favorite. But I got chocolate, and I got good chocolate. I don't buy those candies anymore. I do Ghirardelli's, and I spend a little money on my chocolate now. Now that I know better, my taste buds have evolved as well as with me. So, uh, but I still like a good Hershey every now and again. I can do without the Reese's, but I have to have a taste for it, and sometimes I'll have a taste for it. Anyway, uh, I go into the gas station. Well, as I'm going, I'm saying, okay, I saw the two chocolate bars on sale, and I'm not really ready to break my fast over cheap chocolate. So I'm like, I don't want to do that. But now I'm out here talking to people. I had a couple of mints, so I ate my mints while I'm talking to the man because, I don't want my breath to be smelling while I'm trying to talk to people. So I try to keep some mints in my pocket so that I don't consider that as breaking my fast. I'm doing my work and I can't be offending people with my breath if, I brush my teeth, of course. But, I try to just keep some mints or a haul or something in my mouth so I can, talk to the people when they just won't be smelling breath. Okay. I think I just do that as a courtesy for people that I speak with. Anyway, that's another one. Y'all can have that. Each one reaching one and teaching one. Don't be a people. You don't. You never get a second chance to make a first impression. And your first impression always counts, no matter what, including uh, your appearance and your breath. So y'all take that and put that one in your pocket. You always keep some mints or some gum, or something with you. Anyway, 11:11 was on the clock. So I go and I'm talking to myself and I'm like, well, I just ate the last mint, so I don't have no more mints in my bag. And so what I'm gonna do? God said, you better get you some mints. You better not back. I'm like, I don't want to break my fast for no chocolate, but I really want some chocolate right now. But I ended up getting in the store and they had nothing but Reese's left on this little table that I told you they was on sale. And so I'm like, I ain't finna break my fast for no doggone Reese cup. Nah, I'm good. And then I'm like, but I wanted some gum. So I can have some gum at least. I'll be able to, you know. And that was what was in there on sale right there. It was like, here, I told you you ain't finna break your fast for this. So I knew I was doing the right thing and on my way doing 12:20 and doing what I was supposed to do. So I go, I get the gum and 1, 2, 3, 0 and now 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so now I go back on my walk. I go get some gum and I go and put a piece of gum in my mouth because I'm out talking. I don't want to offend nobody with my breath. So I continue to on my journey for the day. And this time now I'm walking near water, and this water it has fish, and that's so you're allowed to fish, and people fish near there all the time. I've never fished there because I don't fish. I just clean the fish. You catch it, I clean it and cook it. That's my job. I prefer for you to clean it and I just cook it, but I'll cook and clean it sometimes. Anyway, 13:30 was on the clock. Anyway, so I get over to one of my favorite spots where I go and I sit down and I talk with the ancestors and all that good stuff, and have a beautiful view of just uh, grass and water, and just to clear my mind. But before I got there, uh, the day before I was there were two Caucasian ladies there fishing, and they didn't say anything to me, so I kept it moving 14:14 and didn't say anything to them. So no harm, no foul, whatever. I was giving them the energy to that I was open, but they were not, and I don't care one way or another. So I'm not trying to make it fit or put myself anywhere that you know. Anyway, I wasn't feeling the love, so I kept it moving. Uh, so I kept going. 14:44 before. So this is back to the day. I get there and there's this um, my color guy. He was probably a little bit darker than me. That's there fishing. Now I live in the neighborhood. In my neighborhood, there's not many of us. So when I get to see another a black person, but not only a black person, but a black man, it's a treat. And not the ones that I don't have a problem with interracial dating. I don't have a problem with any of those things. I just don't get to see that very often. So when I see people fishing, it's usually white guys and they're bringing their children or um, basically, or if it's a like I said, it was two ladies yesterday and they didn't look like they were into men. Just leave it like that. Looks can be deceiving. I'm just saying. That's what it looked like to me. Anyway, 1616. So I go and I see this thing just keep on gluing with this getting making me dark. And I ain't trying to be that dark. I just won't be on camera if I'm gonna be that dark. Anyway, uh, it's like squirrel, squirrel, because I got so much I want to share with y'all, but I don't want to, I gotta keep some of it to myself. But this is most important right here. That was 1644. So he's talking. He starts talking to me, and I'm seeing he's steady catching fish, and I'm like, wow. He had caught like 3 to 5 fish just when I'm walking towards him, and I'm seeing him taking them off and throwing them back, and taking them off and throwing them back. I'm like, hey, you throwing them back? And he says, yeah, I'm like, oh. So he says, yeah, I'm just doing it for the sport. I'm like, dang, that's a lot of fish. I ain't never seen nobody catch too many fish over here. And I come over here awful lot. And this is like, it's like when we do stuff, we are the best at whatever it is we do. And that just proved to me we even good at fishing. I know that. I know it's a sport, but man, that was like I was mind blown. So I'm standing there talking to her. Hey, that was really cool, man. Well, why ain't you taking some of the fish home? And he's like, well, uh, he didn't want to say his wife at the time, but he eventually, once the conversation kept going, he said, well, his wife is allergic, or yeah, his wife is allergic to the fish. I'm like, dang, if I had a bucket, I sure take some of that fish home. And so he's explaining to me about the bluegill and the crappie or the cappy fish or whatever it was, and he's letting me know how it's so good and flaky, and I don't mess with the bluegill because it snapped at me and cut his hand and stuff. He was like, I don't mess with them no more. So I was just getting a lesson, just following what God told me to do while I'm getting my lesson. So now, I'm glad I put the gum in my mouth because I wasn't ready and all that good stuff to be talking, because I had no more miss, and I would have been sitting there talking to this man and like this, talking like that. But God make a way out of no way. So let me finish telling y'all. So we sitting there, we talking, and I'm just really amazed at how he keeps catching all of these fish and throwing them back. And I'm like, man, and you saying that they so good like that. I said, I've never had any fish from here. And he was saying, well, yeah, they say if you put a little vinegar on here, then it'll take away the fishy taste. I'm like, well, I don't know, because I've seen so many fishermen fish here, but nobody offered to tell me about it or anything. I've had hey, how you doing conversation, good morning, good evening conversation with the walkers and things like that. But nobody, ain't never been a black man over here fishing. So I'm taking advantage of the opportunity. And eventually he said, well, get you a bucket and I'll put you some in the bucket. 2022 and 2021. I'm like, really? He said, yeah. I'm like, okay. So I ran home. I had on flip flops and everything. I wasn't ready, y'all. But anyway, I went back and I got changed my shoes so I could walk a little faster because I walked. I wasn't ready. It, I ended up changing my shoes. So went and got my cooler and I brought the cooler back and came back and he was like, well, I really didn't want to leave. I thought somebody, called because I should have told him, give me about 30, 40 minutes because I'm walking. And he didn't know. He thought I got in the car and drove back and forth. But no. Anyway, so we're steady talking. And I'm sitting there and he's like, man, like, we behind the police station, huh? I'm like, yeah, still ain't thinking 21, 22. He steady talking. He does not fit in. So now we talking. Where you from? No, why he's fishing and he's steady fishing and he throwing stuff in my. I came away with 13 fish, y'all, and it was a really big one. So I cooked that one so I could put 6 and 6 into my thing. They were little small ones, so not tiny, tiny, but big enough for me to share if that's what I want to do. Oh my God. So the biggest one I cooked for myself and I ate that. I got a picture of it. I took a picture. But anyway, once the conversation was over, uh, he was saying that he was from where I was from. Oh, I'm like, oh, really? And yeah, he's talking 22, 22. And he's telling me that, I'm like, oh, well, I was gone by the time, you were there or you were born because he's much younger than me. I think I had like 10 years, maybe 10 plus years over him, almost 15. Uh, and so, he said, I want to change my environment. I want to do something different because where we from the streets, then I know a lot of people that on that end, but I need some good people on my side. So I'm like, well, what you do? And he's saying, well, you got any kids? We talking about all of that, and I'm talking about, I got children, and my children are grown, but he doesn't have any children, neither him nor his wife. And I'm like, and he just got a cat, and he's 23, 23, and this is like a really nice neighborhood, and he wants to, learn how to move around because now people coming up to him because they seeing how he catching all these fish and they want to know what's going on too because it's like, man, who is this guy that came out here catching all these fish because we never see him. So this Indian lady, and she brought her two sons over and they, he letting them touch the fish and talking to them about, what's cool, and I'm doing the talking, but he's like, yeah, you want to touch the fish, and they like, no, they still, not ready. They were, I think she said the little boy was 9 or 10. No, he wasn't even 10. He had to be like 8 or 9, something like that. Anyway, so we spoke with them for a little bit, and then he, was like, I'm looking for a house. I could do a rent to own, whatever. And, I'm like, well, I was in these streets and talking with these people, but, so many people after me right about now. I don't know who to trust, who to talk to, none of those things. But, I'll see if I still got some connections and, I'll reach back out to you. So of course we exchanged numbers, and he went on his way. We did the pound and went on our way. Uh, I was exhausted at that point, so I didn't. Like I said, it was the 14th full moon night, right? Okay, so I'm like, I get home. I take a nap after that because it was just too much. Because I ran home to go get the stuff, then ran back, and then had to go back home, walking home. It was a whole lot. So I did too much. So I had to take a nap. And then once I got up, then I got to cleaning the fish and doing my part on the fish. I ended up taking pictures of them, showing them that, I really appreciate it. Sent them a text message. Thank you so much. I'm really grateful for the fish, and let you know to show you that his work didn't go in vain. So I took a picture of the fish of me, cleaned it, and once I put it away, uh, I got some in the freezer, and then I cooked one, the biggest one out of it. So, because I wasn't trying to eat, it was like 2 o'clock in the morning once I finished doing everything. So I just cooked that one piece of fish, and fish and hot sauce. Oh my God, best fish ever. Good stuff, right? Okay, now um, I told him I had to get my head together because that was a bit much for me. There was a whole lot going on, and I wasn't ready for all of that. But I'll be in touch once I see if I can find somebody that's selling the house, renting the house, whatever, however. Uh, and once I came back to my senses and had a moment to think, because I always kind of like mull over my days once I'm done, I figured out he was sent to me. He was sent, that was the hitman, y'all. The hitman, I'm out here fishing with the hitman. But I changed his man. I told y'all we was behind the police station. Is the fishing hole in my town, and I happen to go this way, but that's where I go all the time. But people know that, close to me, they know where I go and where I hang out and all of that. So he was placed there. I told he wasn't he stuck out like a sore thumb because this is not what it was. I had to. I'm like, what? Are y'all kidding me? Cause he had this bag on his side, and I'm looking at it the whole time, and it's like it was 28, 28. It was just all like I had to put it together. It had the gun on his side the whole time, trying to figure out when was a good time to come and get me. But he noticed that the police station was right there. It's the fire department and the police station, and we right here in between both of them. So he couldn't get me like he was gonna get me. He ain't had no knife, and it was too many people walking in because it was a busy trail. It's also a trail where you can fish. Y'all, he was coming to get me. They had already told him, briefed him on everything about me. So comparing notes, and I really couldn't, relate to him because he was too young. He wasn't in the projects when I was in the projects. But, I told him a story about me, and it was like gut wrenching. And he was like, oh, yeah, this ain't no good one. They called to check on him and see where he was at and what was taking so long. He like, I'm leaving now, And I'm on the way, and then he letting them know, man, it ain't happening. Y'all, I couldn't believe I couldn't believe it, but I didn't even think about that until today, that that was what that was. Cause now I'm still steady thinking. I go and I go take my walk. I'm just coming back here for my walk today, and I go to McDonald's, and I'm like, God told me to go a different way, do something different today. So I go and I'm like, I guess I can get some fries from McDonald's. 33, 30, 33. And I go get some fries. I walk in McDonald's and order this fry. I get a fish sandwich and all of that, knowing that I got really good fish in the refrigerator in the freezer, so I really didn't even want nothing. But I'm being obedient to my intuition, so I go in there and I'm like, okay, well, I'm good. I go get the number, whatever it was, whatever the fish meal was. And I'm sitting there, and there's these two young boys sitting there, and they, little black boy, little white boy, sitting there, and they watching me. And I guess it was the number 22 sitting at the table, the number they have when they bring you your food. And I had the number 10. So it was like 1022 or 122. That's why I screamed out that number today. Anyway, and so I'm like, okay, I'm sitting there, but I see the little black boy just keep looking over at me. And they are like sharing the phone, looking, they both doing whatever it is that they doing on this phone. And I'm picking up the vibes. I'm listening to my intuition, and I'm like, they hungry. This little boy is, and so I'm like, once I finished eating, I ate the fish sandwich because I didn't, you don't get nobody no fish or nothing that you've been biting on, because I didn't notice it until then, because I wouldn't have even eaten the sandwich. I would have just bought them some. Um, but now I see the little black boy keep, looking, and so once I caught his eye, and I was finishing up with the sandwich, and I caught his eye, and I don't tell my right hand what my left hand is doing, but this is significant about the story, so this is what I'm saying. So I motioned to him, "You want the fries?" And he looking like me, and I say, "Yeah." And he tells the little white boy, she said, "We can have the fries." The little white boy jumps up and he comes right over. "We can have them?" I said, "Yeah." I said, he says, "Thank you." I'm like, oh my goodness. And I'm like, he's like, "Well, 33, 33. We have money, but my phone is locked and I can't uh, get my money." Sounding like that they didn't probably ran away, and the parents cut off the money, so he couldn't. Hey, he gonna have to come home eventually, type situation. And so I didn't think about that until just at this very moment. But I'm like, dang, okay. So I go up and I ask for the manager at McDonald's, and I say, "Well, can you get these little boys some food?" He's, "No, I can't give them food. I'm like, "Well, what do you do with the food that you don't, want at the end of the night?" And he's telling me that they throw the food out and they only cook so much at a time. So, um, like every 15 minutes they cooking. I don't realize it, but anyway, I'm like, okay, well, I get the boys a sandwich. And I asked for a extra cup. And I gave one of the boys my cup, and here's another cup, and now get you something to drink. You had the fries, and now you got a sandwich. I'm good. Now, on the way back, I'm thinking, oh my gosh. I told him, he was like, thank you so much, ma'am. Uh, I asked them what school they went to. They told me the school that they went to. And I'm like, well, how are you all the way here and you go to school? He's like, well, I don't stay far and the bus comes to get me, which it is, that was the truth. I can feel that. I can see that. It was 35, 35. But anyway, he says, Superwoman. I'm Karen White. I'm not your superwoman. I'm not the kind of girl that you can lay down and think that everything's okay. I'm only human. And that's what I was thinking. I'm like, I wish I could do more. But there's nothing more that I can do. I'm sorry, guys. And I left. Gave them the receipt, told them to give the sandwiches to the boys, and I left. As I'm on my way home, I was like, teach a man, you give a man a meal and he only eats for a day. But you teach a man a fish and he's going to eat forever. I found the guy that's trying to kill me, that was sent to kill me, but he didn't. We exchanged numbers. So now I'm going to reach out to him so he can do a good deed because he really wants to be on the good side. But I know that he told me that he's been locked up. That's why he doesn't have any children. And I don't know about his girl, if she waited on him or what. But you can't make no babies if you ain't out in the streets to make no babies. So apparently he must have been in and out and in and out and in and out. That he didn't. He was more in than he was out. And he must have did something real, real bad that he had to stay in, like red ramen backwards. Okay. So and that he ready to get out. He won't out and he don't know how to get out. God gave me the ticket. I am the ticket out. That's why he was not able to do that to me, because he sent me behind that place because I had already done my walk. I was already done with my walk when I saw the golfer, but God told me to keep going so I can run into this guy. And when I ran into him, I was a job that he couldn't do because once we got to talking, he felt the God in me. And he saw the God in me, and he was like, "Hell no, I ain't finna. I'm already trying to get on the other side. I want to come to your side. How can I? How can I be down? Can you? What?" I said, "Well, what you like to do?" And he said, "I said, what would you do for free?" My aunt used to say, "Whatever you love doing, tell me what you love doing and find a way to make money from it." He was catching on fish like it was nothing. God sent me to those little boys so I can feed them for this day. But now I know where to go get back in touch with them at that school. So we're going to teach them how to fish for the rest of their lives. I come on here to tell you guys that's going to be my mission for my surrounding areas. I'm going to ask all the fishermen and fisher women that enjoy that life, go to your schools and get some children and teach them how to fish. This is going to be a project that we need for the rest of our lives, because it's that time is coming when they're about to shut everything down. And they trying to say, oh, well, you need to have a certain amount of money to fish, or you need to have a license to fish, and all of the teach a man to fish, and he's gonna be forever. That them little boys gonna be able to take some food home instead of them eating that one sandwich that I gave them, and that's it for the day. I'm going to their school, and I'm gonna go get those little boys, and I'm gonna give them to that young man that tried to come and get me, so he can cleanse his soul for whatever he's been doing to teach them how to fish for free. They have classes out here like that for, these other kids that in my area. But I'm pretty sure that they don't have them in the urban areas. So I'm calling all the fishermen to be fishers of men and teach. Each one reach one and teach one. I know it was all over the place and that took a long time to get here, but the point is, I had went all around the world just to get this message today. And the message is, each one reach one so we can teach one. Go out uh, and women that we don't fish, I'm gonna learn. I'm gonna learn, because he showed me a way that we don't have to use worms. He you had some bait that was just a piece of plastic, but it does some things. It was that was the niche. It was his niche. Wasn't worms, and that was always my thing. I don't like worms. So he showed me that the bait that he had was not even a real thing, and um, his hook. It was also about the hook. So anyway, um, my part will be to teach them how to clean the fish, because I am a culinary artist. So I'll clean them. I'll teach them how to clean the fish and cook the fish, as long as he teach them how to catch the fish. So partnership, great partnership came out of some bullshit, but it is what it is. That's all, y'all. Each one reach one and teach one. Do your part, whatever your part is in that thing. So like I said, I've been seeing the smoke signal, so I'm sending my smoke signal back. This is the message that I got from the smoke signal. Each one reach one, teach one. Go out there and teach these people how to fish, these especially ones that look like us, so we can continue to eat. God gave us food. He gave us everything that we needed in order to be able to do what it is that we do. The famine is coming, and in order to balance this thing out, to survive, we gotta learn how to grow. And the farmers, I suggest you guys, help out in your way. Teach them how to farm. I got plenty of seeds and all of those things, but that's for another day. I still need classes on that myself. I got really nice, beautiful plants, so my plants are growing, so I do know how to grow a little bit. Uh, so don't get it twisted. I ain't just saying that. So, but yes, grow our own food. But for like here right now, teach them how to fish, y'all. All the fishermen, I'm charging y'all with that, to go get each one reach one. Go get some kids that look like us and teach them how to fish. hmm Teach them how to fish, and go to these stores and get an old fishing pole. Teach them how to put a line 4444 on the stick, and throw it on out there. Whatever you got to do in order to make it happen once. We are very a creative bunch. We can make some things happen. But that was my story time for today. uh, Hitman turned fisherman. I became the fisher of man. So uh, I hope he don't put no more hits out on me. Y'all quit putting them hits out on me. So I'm gonna change them up every time. Woo! Y'all thought, yeah. Mm-hmm. I'm still here, Shawty. I'm still here. It ain't my time to go. God ain't gonna let me go nowhere till my job is done. I still got work to do. I gotta go get these kids 45, so they can learn how to fish. And I'm gonna take the men to give to teach them. I'm gonna do my part. Y'all do y'all part. Thank y'all for hanging out with me and sharing your most valuable asset, which is your time. I am grateful, thankful, and truly humbled. Thanks, y'all. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share, hit that notification bell if you can. Leave a comment. No pressure, though. All my little bugs put the footies back at the front door. We all here to each one reach one so we can teach one. I love you. Oh, do the right thing because it's the right thing to do. Now, I love you. Now, go love yourself and then go love on somebody else because we all need this love, y'all. I'm your spiritual soul sister, Sha'Ron, and I'm going to see y'all on the next one.